A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Africa Today. I am Wisdom Onyisi. First, the headlines. On UNGA 79th, Nigeria demands UN Security Council seat. Ghana police arrest dozens of protesters denouncing the government's handling of the economy. Dozens of bodies found on boat along migrant route off the coast of Senegal's capital. And on sport, an AFCON qualifier, Libya to host Nigeria in Benin. Now the news in details. Nigeria has made its case for proper representation on the United Nations Security Council. It stated that having contributed to at least 41 peacekeeping missions globally and deployed over 200,000 Nigerian troops in UN operations, it deserves a seat on the global security body. It is on this basis that Nigeria continues to call for the reform of the United Nations Security Council to provide just representation for Africa permanently, promoting inclusivity and enhancing global peace and security, said the Minister of Defense, Mohamed Badar, during his address at the 79th United Nations General Assembly in New York, USA. Badaro spoke at the summit of the Future Interactive Dialogue Tool themed Enhancing Multilateralism and International Peace and Security. The Security Council is one of the 6 principal organs of the United Nations. Away from that, the federal government has approved a series of road projects across Nigeria, with total approval amounting to approximately 1.24 trillion naira. Minister of Works Dave Umahi disclosed this to a State House correspondent on Monday after the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by the President Bola Tinubu at the Presidential Villa Abuja. The minister announced a range of infrastructure development aimed at improving connectivity and addressing flood-damaged roads. Key approvals include 80 billion naira in additional funding for the Bodo-Boni Road in Rivers State, bringing the total project cost to 280 billion naira. According to the minister, FEC has approved 740 billion naira for the rehabilitation of an 82-kilometer stretch of the Abuja-Kano Road to be executed by Julius Berger. He added that the meeting also approved the construction of 258-kilometer 3-lane carriageway, part of the 1,000-kilometer Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway in Kebbi State. An average of 145 women of childbearing age are lost daily to pregnancy and childbirth-related complications. Executive Director, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Muyi Aina, who disclosed this, also said the 202,300 children under the age of 5 daily fail to reach their 5th birthday due to preventable diseases, particularly from the northern Nigeria. Aina stated this on Monday at a day two-day engagement meeting on vaccination and maternal and child health with religious leaders from northern states of the country. The boss said every day Nigeria loses about 2,300 under 5 years old children and 145 women of childbearing age, mostly in northern Nigeria. Aina further stressed the need to equitable access to services and building trust between healthcare providers and the communities they serve. When we return, news from other parts of West Africa. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this Now we
Welcome back. Now news from other parts of West Africa. Ghana police have arrested dozens of people who took to the street of the capital to demonstrate over perceived economic mismanagement by the government. Crowds had also been voicing their concern over the government's handling of the illegal mining, a practice that harms the environment. Police accused some in the crowd of attacking officers and vowed to firm response to alleged perpetrators. A spokesperson for the police claimed that demonstrators had gathered unlawfully before clashes erupted.
Our men will come in. We are ready to handle any event.
However, Democracy Hub, the group responsible for organizing the protest that was meant to last for 3 days, accused police of staging an attack on peaceful protesters. Oliver Bakal, a convener for Democracy Hub, said they have communicated with lawyers to deal with what the police have decided to do. He disclosed the police are planning to do random arrests.
The police, they're not honest, they're constantly moving the goalpost. And, even as at yesterday, come and tell us that they're doing this bogus operation across the country and they're blocking off all roads. Every fucking person knows that's a lie. All these efforts just to frustrate us. So the police has never been our friend, and they probably never will.
Yes, without provocation, individuals who are speaking out against what they are doing, we have tried and arrested 2 individuals. We've communicated with our lawyers who are already on route to deal with what the police have decided to do today. We're calling on everybody. They're planning to do random arrests.
The demonstrations came ahead of Ghana's presidential election in December, with the country's financial situation at the forefront of many voters' mind. The country is gradually recovering from a serious financial crisis in 2022, which saw inflation soar to 54%. Away from that, let's also have you know that Senegal military said on Monday that at least 30 bodies have been found on a boat along migrant route off the coast of Dakar. The Navy learned of the vessel's presence on Sunday evening before sending out a boat patrol to the area. According to the military, investigations will uncover more information about the boat's origin and the overall death toll. It comes after a boat with 89 people on board capsized off the coast of the country earlier in September, killing dozens. Many of those fleeing Senegal are seeking to escape poverty and a lack of job and try to make it to the Canary Island, where more than 22,300 people have landed since the start of the year. The route from West Africa to the Canary Island is one of the deadliest in the world. In August, Senegal's military announced it had arrested hundreds of migrants and members of smuggling network. Now we move to other parts of the world, other parts of Africa. After this break, stay with us. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of Africa. For a second week, crowds of Tunisians took to Tunis Main Avenue to denounce President Kais Saied, not long before the presidential election on October 6th. They are accusing him of reinforcing authoritarian rule and suppressing political competition. The demonstration, which took place amid a heavy police protest, comes after lawmakers put forward a bill that would take away the administrative court power to adjudicate electoral disputes. The opposition insists that this would discredit the upcoming election and lay the groundwork for Saied to clinch another term in office. Earlier this month, The country's Electoral Commission rejected a court ruling restricting free presidential candidates in what critics say it's another example of said stamping out competition. The president has denied accusations that he is using the Electoral Commission and judiciary to ensure a victory in October. Rather, he said he is waging a battle against traitors and the corrupt. We also have that an American woman who went missing while on a hike on Table Mountain in Cape Town, South Africa, has died and her body has been recovered. Authorities disclosed this on Monday. The woman has been identified as a 20-year-old student from North Carolina named Brooke Chauvrant. Chauvrant was reported missing on Saturday after a tracking app she was using stopped updating and her friends could not reach her. The management of Sam Park, which manages Table Mountain and other national park, said the cause of death was still unclear and an inquest into the death has been opened. Up next is business. Please stay with us. Welcome back now to business news. The Debt Management Office has announced that the federal government was offering free bonds worth 150 billion naira for the September auction. In a release, the DMO stated that the bonds, which were reopenings of previous issued instruments, would be sold in units of 1,000 naira, subject to a minimum subscription of 50 million naira and in multiples of 1,000 naira. It was noted that the first bond being offered was the 70 billion naira April 2029 bond with a 19.30% coupon rate for a 5-year tenure. The second bond is the 50 billion naira FGN February 2031 bond with an 18.50% coupon rate for a 7-year tenure, and the third bond is the 30 billion naira FGN May 2033 bond with a 19.89% coupon rate for a 9-year tenure. According to the DMO, the bonds were auctioned on September 23, 2024, with a settlement on September 25, 2024. Still on business news, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission says it received 1,220,245 complaints through its customer complaint unit in 2023, adding that metering and overbilling of power users accounted for the highest complaint. According to a report by the Commission on Monday, the complaints bordered on metering, overbilling, disconnection, service interruption, delay in reconnection, load shedding, and voltage interruptions, among others. Meanwhile, the report added that the electricity distribution companies in Nigeria raked in 1.7 trillion naira in 2023. NEC maintained that the total revenue collected by the discos from customers in 2023 was 1.7 trillion naira out of the total bill of 1.46 trillion naira to customers. This, it was said, left an outstanding balance of 385.73 billion naira, translating to a collection of efficiency of 73.64%. Stiticom is sport. Stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this This is Hillstv.
Hillstv, Poker.
Welcome back now to Sport News. Ainal Sabalenkal said that she wants to cap off Hillstv by returning to the top of the world rankings. The world number 2 is the top seed at the China Open this week, following the withdrawal of top-ranked Iga Swiatek, the defending champion, because of the undisclosed personal matters. Fresh from winning the US Open, Sabalenka can take a large step towards overhauling the pole at the top of the rankings with victory in Belgium. Libya have opted to host Group D leaders Nigeria at the Martel of Beninal Stadium in their 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying match day for fixture on Tuesday, October 15th. Nigeria will host their first leg in Uyo on Friday, September 11th. The facility is located in the city of Benin, some 19 kilometers outside the country's second city, Benghazi. Known previously in Hugo Chavez Stadium, the venue is a 10,000 capacity facility with an artificial turf. And that's your sport news on Africa Today. We move to the rest of the news after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back now to the rest of the news. Nigeria has been assured by the leadership of the House of Representatives of its resolve to accelerate the passage of the 2025 Appropriation Bill, Whistleblowers Protection Bill, as well as strengthen good governance and improve national security. A statement issued on Monday by the Chairman House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Akin Rotimi, in Abuja, highlighted major areas of legislative focus for the second year of the 10th Assembly. Rotimi explained that with the 2024 fiscal year coming to a close, the House eagerly anticipates receiving the 2025 Appropriation Bill soon, stressing that timely submission from the executive was crucial, as it would facilitate thorough scrutiny and public input through town hall meetings, a practice pioneered by the House during the 2024 budget review. And that's Africa Today. But before we go, here are the headlines. Once again, we told you that on UNGA 79th, Nigeria demands UN Security Council seat. And we also brought to you that Ghana police arrest dozens of protesters denouncing the government's handling of the economy. We informed you that dozens of bodies found on boat along migrant route off the coast of Senegal's capital. And on sport, we brought to you that Libya to host Nigeria in Benin. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hillstv Abuja, Instagram at Hillstv Abuja, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hillstv. I am Wisdom Onisi. Thanks for watching.